asking the question. If you are facing an interview, do you have any questions for me? How that might be actually a trap. So that could be a professional mistake. So you're going to break it down for us this morning. Good morning, Phil Blair with Manpower. Now, tell us a little bit about how that could be a mistake, because we were talking about it earlier. If you don't know the right questions to ask, you might be in trouble there.
Well, I want everybody to understand that an interview is a discussion. It's a give and take. It's a conversation. It's not the Spanish Inquisition where you're being drilled on questions. I want to get to know you as a person, because on paper you look very good. Your education, your experience, your training got you in front of me. So now I want to know you as a person. So we have to have a conversation. So during an interview, I ask questions, you ask questions, and we get to know each other a little better, because you're making sure you want to work at this company.
Sure.
But at the end, if you haven't had much conversation and the interviewer says, do you have any question? If you say no, it shows you didn't put much work into this, you didn't do much research, and you're really not connected very well.
Yeah, so you want to do your homework. When you're doing your homework, what are you trying to look for exactly?
Is this the sort of company I want to work for? Because remember, it's a two-way. I don't want you to fight to get a job and then go, I never really wanted to work at that company. I don't like the product, I don't like the culture, the drive is too far. Don't fight to get something you really don't want long term. But if it is something you want, then make sure you're prepared. Ask questions about the company culture. Ask questions about the person's career. How did they get to the position they're in? What suggestions would they make? If it's a job that somebody previously had, ask what strengths they had or what you're looking for in an applicant that maybe the previous employee did not have. So you're opening the door. It's open-ended questions to get me as the interviewer to talk, so that you can tee yourself up to look better in my eyes.
Okay, are there any questions you don't want to ask?
Don't ask anything that seems negative about the company, like why are your sales so bad? Or why is your competitor doing so much better than you are? That's insulting. And I'm hiring you to make my company better, right?
Sure.
So don't rub my face in it that somebody else is doing something better. Obviously nothing personal about the employee, about is this a good place to work if you have children? That's an awkward question for anyone to ask.
Got it. Okay, so some of the good questions you can ask, of course, keeping it with the company, keeping it about the position. You know, when an employer asks, you know, particularly that open-ended question, like, do you have any questions for me? Can you consider it a time where you're actually interviewing them back? Could you consider it that?
It is, because it's a two-way street, and it's okay to write these questions down.
Yeah.
Okay, it's fine to turn your pad and read a question out. Hopefully not literally read it, but to remind yourself. So it's not like I have to memorize these 3 questions. And your questions may change during the conversation. I want to be clear, this isn't just at the very end you ask a question. Hopefully you've been asking them all along to keep the conversation going. But at the end, if something wasn't covered, typically an interviewer says, do you have any questions? And then that's a good time to say, well, tell me about your brand new product that's coming out in 2014. It really seems like an exciting new adventure for the company. It shows you've done your homework. It shows you care about the job. You've done your research. And you're teeing yourself up to be the applicant that is selected for this job.
Beautiful. Well, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Appreciate your time here. All right, so